Okay, so I'm live on Facebook. I wasn't going to go live on Facebook tonight, but I decided, you know what? Let's run it back. So I'm going to be live on Facebook and I'm going to be live on TikTok on my phone. If you don't follow me on TikTok yet, go up there. My name is I am Danita Chelsea. And I'm looking at two different cameras. Okay, hey TikTok, it's me, Danita Chelsea. I am back for round two, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. Tonight, we're going to be talking about your inner self talk and the impact that it has on your confidence. Facebook, you're here live too. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone so I can be live on TikTok and Facebook. So I got two cameras going right now. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Danita Chelsea. I'm a motivational speaker, and I help women to raise their self-confidence by helping them master their mindset and change their inner self-talk to match who they truly are so they can fulfill their life's purpose and not feel so down on themselves. Okay? So, we're going to get started. First of all, we're going to be talking about what is inner self-talk, and your inner self-talk is that dialogue that you have with yourself that eventually you actually end up believing it. It's what you think about yourself, it's what you say about yourself, it's what you say to yourself. All of that is your inner self-talk. It's literally the conversations that you have with yourself about yourself. That's what inner self-talk is. You may hear some people say it's inner dialogue, but it means the same thing. Inner self-talk, inner dialogue is literally the conversation you have with yourself about yourself. Okay, I see people joining in on the TikTok. Okay, the reason why we're talking about inner self-talk so much is because your inner self-talk, it affects you 24/7, non-stop, daily. It takes no days off. You literally can think about something and you'll think about how that relates to yourself. And your inner self-talk determines if you're going to have a positive conversation about yourself or a negative one. The reason why inner self-talk is so important to discuss is because that's where all the problems start, honestly. When you make poor dating choices, it's because something in you said, well, this is all I can get, so this is what I'm going to settle for. When you decide not to go after your dreams, it's because something in you said, well, nobody's going to buy for me anyway, or I'm not going to pass my nursing exam anyway, or I'm not going to pass my social work exam anyway. If you don't have enough money, yes, it's the job market, but at the same time, it's also what you tell yourself, because the job is not the only way you can make money out here. But if you're constantly telling yourself, nobody going to want to work with me, nobody going to pay to work with me, again, all of our problems start with the inner self-talk. Even stuff like fibroids, women health issues, cysts, all that type of stuff, that started with inner self-talk when you told yourself, who cares? I'm going to keep eating this stuff. I don't care if it's not healthy. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to keep sleeping with people who I know don't care about me because I just feel like that's just what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to just go through life unintentional and doing any old thing with any old body. Literally, those are examples of how your inner self-talk led you to every problem that you really have in your life. Unless it was a problem that's truly caused by someone other than yourself, which is like rarely ever, right? So even when our problems are caused by other people, maybe that person being in your life was caused by you because you decided to keep this person in your life. So you continue the problems that would not be there if you were not dealing with this person. Why did you keep them there? Your inner self-talk. So no matter what your problem is, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's relationships, whether it's fitness, literally no matter what your problem is, your inner self-talk pretty much guided you there. That's how you got to that problem. Now, I'm not talking about like the big problems, and forgive me if I miss any comments because it's a lot of them coming in, but I'm not talking about big systematic issues like healthcare being unaffordable and stuff like that, and poverty and things like that. But I am talking about things like when you tell yourself, okay, I'm low on money right now. I know I already have a job, but I'm not going to attempt to make money outside of my job because no one's going to buy for me. That's what I'm talking about. How your inner self-talk really affects you in multiple ways and it impacts your confidence, and it determines whether or not you take action on the things that you really should be taking action on. Okay? So, when it comes to your inner self-talk, you're going to have to stop depending on other people. What do I mean by that? You're going to have to stop depending on other people for validation. You're going to have to stop depending on other people to help you make $1 million. You're going to have to stop depending on other people to get you slim. You're going to have to stop depending on other people to teach you how to love and be loved. You have to literally change your inner self dialogue before any life coach, business coach, mentor, health professional, hell, even a therapist, okay? Even a licensed mental health professional cannot help you if you do not change your inner self-talk, because your inner self-talk is with you long after your therapy session. It's with you after your meeting with your business coach. You can have the best business coach in the world, and trust me, I know this from experience. But if you're telling yourself constantly like, oh, no one's going to buy from me because I'm not big enough yet, you're not going to do the work that your coach told you to do. If you're working with a relationship coach and she says, oh, these are the tweaks that you need to make to your vetting process when vetting a spouse or a potential even date, I'm not even going to say a spouse, even when you're vetting a man, even for a date, you're not going to listen to what your coach told you to do if your inner self-talk is not positive. Because you're going to say, that ain't going to work. I'm going to just do what I've been doing because, yeah, she said do this, but that ain't going to work because of XYZ, XYZ. So if you're constantly talking yourself out of taking action to improve your life, that is what I mean by your inner self-talk impacts your confidence, and it impacts every aspect of your life. This is bigger than you just telling yourself, I'm that bitch, because you might be that bitch, but you're not going to be the woman that you're truly aligned to be, right? You was meant to be more than a baddie, right? You really were. But if you keep on talking yourself out of opportunities for yourself, you're going to keep yourself in that box of the pretty girl who still don't give a shit one out of life. Who wants to be that girl, right? We all grown. It's time to elevate in life, and it's time to take your life to the next level. But you're not going to do that without changing how you talk to yourself. Okay? Now, growing up in the Black culture, yes, we do respond to tough love, but it's a fine line between tough love and simply talking disgusting to yourself. It's a difference between saying, girl, get the fuck up, we got shit to do, versus you a dumbass bitch, you should have known better than to date that nigga. Like, it's a huge difference. You see the difference in the message between the two? Both the conversations you probably would have with yourself, but only one of them going to get you somewhere. You cannot continue to talk to yourself like shit and then think that you're going to respond in a positive way. Your brain don't work like that. The same way we don't want other people to talk shit to us, and we don't want other people to talk down on us, and we don't want other people to make us feel small and like shit, you have to do the same thing with yourself. You cannot be sitting up in here like, oh, you such a dumbass, or damn, you did that dumb shit again. Like, you cannot talk bad to yourself and expect a good outcome. And that's where energy comes in at. The energy you are putting out into your whole body is negative if you're constantly talking trash and disgusting to yourself. So that's when you're going to create more and more of that in your life. And then you're wondering like, damn, why am I such a good person, but I keep attracting these ain't shit people, or these people raggedy, or, you know, I can almost guarantee you it's tied back to how you talk to your own self. How can you expect to attract people in your life who talk to you right and talk to you with respect and kindness if you don't even talk to you with respect and kindness? How can you say, I want a man who's not going to ever call me a bitch, even when he mad, but the first word out your mouth to your own self when you mad is, you's a dumb bitch? You see what I mean? You attract what you put out there. So that's why yourself is the first stop before you're able to manifest anyone positive in your life or anything positive in your life. You cannot manifest good things for yourself if you are talking to yourself like trash. And that's the God honest truth. Okay. I thought I missed a comment. Okay. Now, what else are we going to talk about? Where does inner self-talk come from? It comes from your parents when you were a child. It came from school, the people you met at the school, your classmates. Some people walking around 30-something years old still got trauma that they ain't let go of. They have not let go of something that somebody said to them when they was about 9 years old. Yes, and that what that was said to them at 9, whether it was from their parent, "Oh, you so dumb," or whether it was from somebody at school, "Or you a fat pig," that stayed with them in their whole adult life. And that became a part of their inner self dialogue. That's why now I'm happy that our generation is learning about, I mean millennials, because I'm 35. Our generation is learning the impact on our conversations with our children so that we're able to talk to them better than our parents talk to us. That sticks with them well into their adulthood. What you say to someone in their youth, it literally can stick with them even in their 40s, right? 50s. It's stuff people remember in their 80s that people said to them when they was a little child. So your inner self-talk comes from your parents, your school, your early development, your exes. It's a lot of people right now walking around with stuff that's not even their voice. It's something that an ex told them. "Oh, nobody gonna want you with kids." You know, it's a big one that I always used to hear nonstop. I used to always hear people tell me, "Oh, you better hurry up and just settle down with any man because after 30, you're spoiled milk." Sweetie. I didn't even pull millionaires until I got in my 30s. How about that? Yes. Yes. So that obviously proves that was a lie taught to me. You don't just spoil and expire like spilled milk when you're like spoiled milk when you're 30 years old. That's not true. And honestly, rushing up to try to pick any old thing before you're 30, that's going to drain you and drag you way more than being single and working on yourself until you attract a healthy partner or ever will. And this is not to like brag about who I pull and who I don't pull, but it's just to show you guys some of my best experiences in my life, whether it was my dating life, my financial life, my personal life, they did not come until I was in my 30s. So you can't keep holding on to when that ex told you, or maybe a family member told you, "Oh, you better hurry up because after 30, nobody gonna want you." Or famous when they tell mothers, "Nobody gonna want a mother." That's not true. It be guys in the inbox talking about, "I got snacks, I like kids, what's up? Can I get your number?" What? This is not the back in the day 1900s, okay? Just because you're a mother don't mean that somebody not gonna want you. But that's an example. That's another example of how where your inner self-talk could come from. It could come from the negative Nancy's in your family, your negative Nancy's, your exes telling you nobody gonna want you because X, Y, and Z. Even if you want to take it to race and skin tone. When we were growing up, they tried to put down darker women, which was ignorant and stupid as hell, but they did. And guess what? They're in high demand, honey. But what if they would have held on to the negative things that were taught to them from society and other people, that they were not valuable because they was not lighter? They would not have the success in their love life they have today. And matter of fact, a lot of darker women, their love life be better than women lighter than them, for real. Because they decided, I'm not going to let nobody tell me nothing negative that I'm going to hold on to. So they purposely and intentionally changed their own inner self-talk about their worth, their value, and what type of men are available to them. And this is not just for dating. It's literally for anything. I started off as somebody from Newark, New Jersey, right? The ghetto. Um, I could have easily said people from the ghetto don't make it this big. I can't be no motivational speaker. Who want to hear some girl from the ghetto talk? A lot of people do. I've gotten booked to speak and paid from very prestigious companies. So that was because my inner self talk, it changed, you know? I taught myself, I'm not going to keep telling myself nobody going to want to hear me speak, because then no one's going to hear you speak. You got to start speaking life into yourself. Danita, a lot of people want to hear you speak. That's why I made my YouTube channel, which you guys can go follow me. It's at Danita Chelsea. You have to actually put the @ sign, but I'll have the link to my YouTube channel in my bio. For Facebook, y'all know my YouTube is also linked on my page, so just look on my page. And you can also go to DanitaChelsea.com. Follow me on YouTube, and you can also subscribe to my email list. But yes, that is how my inner self dialogue changed and improved my life for the better. The moment I decided someone wants to hear me speak, my confidence skyrocketed. And then once your confidence is up, guess what? Now you're going to take the action of somebody who's in alignment with that positive energy. That is the impact that your inner self-talk has on your confidence. It literally like pulls you up, and it pushes you to take positive action to improve your life. That is what inner self-talk does when it's positive. Okay. Okay. Creating, don't mind me, I took some notes today. Creating confidence that lasts. That's important. You guys could watch my live. You could feel very confident, motivated, and empowered. But what happens after the live goes off? Are you still motivated? That's why you have to create confidence that lasts. In order to create confidence that lasts, you have to do the work to find out what your limited beliefs are. You have to do the work to actually overcome those limited beliefs. And you have to do the work to change your inner self-talk. The inner self-talk is huge, 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 huge impact on your self-confidence. That's why you have to work on that to create lasting confidence. And it's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. Earlier I said that you have to stop depending on other people. You have to stop depending on other people for validation. You have to validate yourself. You have to tell yourself, I could do this. You have to tell yourself, I'm coming back in 2025. Bigger, better, new, improved, all of that. You have to tell yourself, I could do this even if I tried it in the past and was unsuccessful. Because this is a new year. And even if it wasn't a new year, you have to tell yourself, this is a new day. Okay? This is a new day. So even if I tried something in the past and it completely tanked, that's all right. Tomorrow's another day. I could try again tomorrow. You can't just sit there and wallow in your failures. You literally have to change your inner self-talk to tell yourself, yes, I failed at dating before, but you know what? Now I know better. Now I could do better, and now I'm going to attract a better partner for myself. You see the connection? You have to tell yourself, yes, I didn't make any sales in my online business when I first started out, but now I know a whole lot more, and I've done a lot more trainings, and I know what to do now. And now I have new opportunities to make money in business. You have to tell yourself, I didn't work on my health before, but I have a renewed mindset, and now I'm motivated to keep going. You have to tell yourself all of that. Let me give me some water. Nyla, can you pass me some water? That's my daughter. I love my baby. When it comes to your health, you have to tell yourself, thank you. You have to tell yourself, even if I ate like shit before, it's a new day, and tomorrow I get to try again. I don't care if you had some damn cookies last night. Tonight, You get to make a different choice. So don't keep beating yourself up. Don't just keep on looking at what failed in the past. Even if it was your fault that you failed, you can't keep on looking at your past if you want to have positive self-inner talk. Your past is nothing more than a guide on what not to do again. It's not your defining moment. It doesn't define you for the rest of your life, okay? This is not the Stone Ages. People, they renew their minds every day by changing their mindset and inner self-talk and limited beliefs. People make comebacks every day, but it was always because they were intentional with the actions that they were taking to make positive changes in their life. And it always starts with inner self-talk. If you have nasty and negative inner self-talk, your life is going to look nasty. I guarantee you. It will. You have to have positive inner self-talk. Even if you didn't have a good relationship with your parents, right? And now you're a parent and you're wondering like, dang, how can I do this parenting thing? I didn't even have a good role model. You have to change your inner self-talk. You have to tell yourself, despite not having a role model, I at least know what I wanted as a child, and I will do my best to give my child the things emotionally that I didn't have so that my child can have emotional security. That still changes your inner self-talk so that you could reach one of your goals in your lifetime. When you have negative inner self-talk, it tanks your confidence. Literally. It just makes it... Then you feel like shit. Then you move like shit. And then a lot of times you even start looking like shit. You can always tell how a person speaks to themselves by how they look. And I don't mean by looks. I just mean how they look. When you speak life into yourself, you have a different glow about you. And you feel it from inside and it radiates outside. Do y'all think I speak to myself like trash? Hell no. I tell myself every day, I don't give a damn if I'm 35. I turn 36 next month. Who gives a damn? I'm still going to accomplish all the goals that I have set for my life. An age number doesn't determine how successful I get to be. Look how the guy who made Kentucky Fried Chicken, he became successful in his 50s. Or maybe even later than that. I believe it was his 50s though. It's a lot of people who didn't become millionaires till later in life. I guarantee y'all gonna read my name on the Forbes list one day. I knew that. Why? Because I changed my inner self-talk to positive. Look at Eric Thomas, one of my favorite motivational speakers. He changed his inner self-talk. Look at Cheryl Woods, one of my favorite motivational speakers. She changed her inner self-talk. Cheryl was already a wife and had 3 kids and had a good job. She could have just stayed with that. But she said, you know what, despite me having limited time because I'm a wife and a mother to 3 children, I'm still going to go after my life goals. And she did, and she's wildly successful. When you change your inner self-talk to positive, you skyrocket your confidence, you lift yourself up, you build yourself up. You literally, like, you're giving yourself a pep in your step, except it's much bigger than a pep. It's like a plunge in your step. Because that motivates you to do good things. You cannot create a positive life talking negative to yourself. So make sure that your inner self-talk matches the type of energy that you want to be in alignment with. Okay. If I missed your comment, just comment in the comments again after the live is over with, and then I'll respond back to your comment. because sometimes it's hard to read all the comments, especially since I'm live on multiple platforms right now. Again, my name is Danita Chelsea. I'm a motivational speaker, and I help women raise their self-confidence by changing their inner self-dialogue. You can follow me on YouTube at Danita Chelsea, DANITA CHELSEA. And you can also go to my website, www.danitachelsea.com. And you can join the Mindset Accelerator, which is where we'll be working on inner self-talk, limited beliefs, and mindset mastery for 30 days. Also, I'll be going live more often, so make sure you tag a friend and make sure that you hit the like button, the subscribe button, all of those buttons, and you follow me on here. And if you enjoy this live about inner self-talk and the impact it has on confidence, make sure you return tomorrow night and other nights after that, and you subscribe at my website for the free 5-day challenge on erasing negative thinking in 5 days. Join the challenge. It'll be worth it, I promise you. And we are done with this live. And about my 5-day challenge, I'm not saying that your negative thinking will be erased in 5 days, but I'm saying that you will see improvement in your self-talk in 5 days if you join the challenge. So join the challenge. And I'll see you guys next time. And okay. Okay, and we're off TikTok. Okay, we're off TikTok now. Facebook, I'm going to stay on live for a few minutes longer. I always try to stay on Facebook Live a little bit longer because Facebook is where I started off. So it's like, you guys are more like my baby. Facebook, I wanted to say that it is so easy to get caught up in negative inner self-talk, especially now with social media, because you have so many images of everybody looking perfect, everyone speaking perfect, everyone being millionaires, everyone having the love of their life, that you're like, dang, I just don't measure up. But you can't look at what you see on social media. You see people after they make themselves up, after they apply their filters, after they filter what they're saying out their mouth, after you may be looking at chapter 35 of somebody and comparing it to your day one. And people always say that, but I think that that's important to know, to work on your inner self-talk. Because if you're constantly comparing yourself to what you see on social media, you will negatively impact your inner self-talk. And it can be so easy to do because, you know, it's in your face 24/8. Even if you're not on Facebook, you know, another social media website is the same thing. You know, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Clubhouse, everything. It's so many different Facebook apps, so many different social media apps that is always opinions being pushed on you. It's always pictures of perfection being pushed on you. But don't let that stop you from creating positive inner self-talk and having confidence in yourself and your ability to change your own life. Because again, when you see other people, you might be looking at their level 30 compared to your level 1. I didn't start off as somebody getting paid by prestigious companies getting booked for speaking engagements. I started off as a regular person with no followers going live on Facebook. Okay? That's how I got a lot of my speaking engagements. So don't compare to yourself to what you see on social media, and don't let social media negatively impact your inner self-talk, because that's so easy to do when we see so many different videos and images of pure perfection on social media. Social media is just that. Social media is filters. It's purposely only sharing certain things. It's not sharing every chapter of your life. So don't get caught up in that and let what you see on social media make you talk bad to yourself. Just because you see me getting booked for speaking engagements, it don't mean that you need to start talking shit to yourself because you didn't get booked for speaking engagements. Just because you see somebody else getting married, it don't mean you need to talk crap to yourself because you're not married. Just because you are not a millionaire and someone else is on social media doesn't mean you need to talk crap to yourself. Social media is literally that. It's media that you get to socialize on. It's not it's not every chapter in a person's life. So that's what I wanted to say tonight. Tonight's live is not as long as yesterday's live, but I will be going live more often. So again, go to DanitaChelsea.com. That's DANITACHELSEA.com. And you can join my 5-day challenge on breaking free from negative thinking. And I'll see you again.